If you've pressed on this video, which you have, you might be just like me, very good at procrastinating and pushing back the actions that lead to those desired outcomes that you seek. And these desired outcomes could be literally everything. It could be starting to run, it could be going to the gym, it could be socializing more, things that you deem as hopefully beneficial to you and to your health and well-being. Whilst being good at these things and being able to do them on a regular basis without any problems is cool, getting to that place seems to be harder than anticipated. And there are specific reasons for why we struggle so much to get started. Let's hit it. The goal of this video isn't to just give you straight guidelines on how to start with a project or start with a new hobby that you're trying to do. It goes beyond that. We're gonna focus on the main culprit of why you're struggling so much. And that is your mindset. So, let's hit it. Let's just start with a couple of personal examples from me. I've been wanting to start filmmaking YouTube again after a very long period of not filming anything. I always looked up to all of these brilliant creators making cinematic footage packed full of just content, packed full of valuable informations that make your life better. And what I desire to do is exactly that. But there arises the problem. I set that as my expectation of self. I set that as the standard that I try to accomplish, which is ridiculous because these brilliant filmmakers and YouTubers have years and years and years of experience and hard fucking work that led to them being as good as they are now. And me, I don't have that. So how could I expect to create something equal? Create something that is just as good, or something that resembles their work but as a version of myself. I mean, it's just ridiculous, and I'm gonna be honest, it's pretty stupid as well. And something else that should explain this relatively well, I came up with a definition. It might not be perfect, but it's unrealistic optimism based on no evidence. And a great example out of my life would be me wanting to learn Japanese, which I've done in school. I learned Japanese for 2 years during high school, during my Abitur here in Germany. I thought, well, I'm just gonna do it. Like, I want to learn Japanese, I'm just gonna do it. I had no game plan, I had no structure, I had no real logical approach to this. And I was just so naive to think that I am just gonna do it. A very, very big task that is actually quite complex, and I'm so optimistic based on nothing that as soon as I actually think about doing the thing, it is so tremendously overwhelming and I do not know where to start. And this could be applied to literally everything. We humans can be pretty stupid at times. But that is part of the human experience. And I guess the important takeaway of these is that the wrong approach, the wrong associated mindset, oh, the window's closing, that isn't that nice, led to me not pursuing what I so much desired and still desire. I have not learned Japanese in 4 years. I have stopped for 4 years. I've waited so long without a reason. I don't know what I've been waiting for. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Actions need to arise, otherwise nothing will change, and you will not get closer to your end goal. You will not get closer to where you want to be. So let's talk about how to fix this mindset problem and how to actually start. Because that is what I learned throughout the past weeks and months, and actually years of my life. Let's hit it.
Oh, there's shit on this bench. I better not sit on the fucking bird poo. Oh, there's plenty of space. Okay, let's first of all do like a lovey-dovey, like epic shot where I look into the horizon, some weird shit. It's so pretty today. So, let's continue. I switched the scenery, as you might have recognized. This is something that I meant to do for a long time. This is supposed to be about my solution to this whole problem. And as I said earlier, it's a mindset problem. It's a mindset fix that we need to talk about. For this mindset fix to occur, there's only one question that you need to ask yourself. How could I be great at something if I've never done it? Or if I've only spent a very small, minuscule amount of time on it? How could I expect to be great? Embrace the fact that it's going to be hard. Embrace the fact that you will probably suck during the first tries. But in this struggle, in this difficulty, there lays a lot of value. A shit ton of value. Those moments where you struggle the most, those moments where you actually have to put in some hard work, that consistently in order to improve, those moments are the moments where you grow the most. Those moments are the moments where you actually change, where you become somebody different, where you become someone who's willing to put in the hard work, who's willing to suffer, even struggle, in order to excel, in order to become a better version of yourself. It is striving to go beyond the self. That is something that I write into my journal every single day. It's the end line. Go beyond yourself. I guess that is something that one needs to learn, that you need to learn, that the struggle is important. It is probably the most essential part of every endeavor, of every goal, of every project, of every new hobby that you want to indulge in. It is the essential part that determines if you will get better, if you will grow, but it's also the point where most people fail. One thing that most people seem to forget is you can only grow and get better if challenges arise that you need to overcome. Otherwise there's no growth, otherwise there's no change, otherwise you will stay the same. I don't like that. That's why I do this. This is hard for me. I struggle. I fuck up. I have to do the 15th try, 15th take. But this is all part of a process of me getting better. And every teeny tiny fucked up step is one step closer to a better me, a better self. That is something that you need to remind yourself of, even though it might be terribly hard. I'm gonna be completely honest. Sometimes reality hits very hard. Missing progress feels very heavy and very, very depressing. But remember why you're doing it. Remember what you're doing it for. Do it for yourself. Time for a switch of scenery. Lovey-dovey. This here's a spot where the first time we went here for a beautiful run, a beautiful long run, I knew I was gonna film something here. Because I love how this bench is just in front of... Oh, I'm losing the magnet. That would be quite shit. Just beautifully in front of the lake. And I have one major tip in kind of major approach. I think approach is a better way of putting it. If you want to truly succeed in doing something new, let it be filmmaking, like I'm currently trying to establish. Let it be learning a language. I'm learning Japanese at the moment. Or drawing. That's also something that I'm trying to do on a regular basis. And that is taking your time with it. Take your time. Take your sweet ass time. Make that the number one priority. I want to do this for a long ass time. So why be in a rush? Why be in a rush to bang out 5-6 hours of work a day? Well, that's very exaggerated, but 2-3 hours a day of just like going all in. You are risking a complete burnout after 1 to 2 weeks. And compare that to 10-15 minutes every single day. I prefer the everyday method because it keeps you accountable and it establishes this new practice as a kind of fixed part of your daily routine. It makes it easier. 10-15 minutes a day, every single day. Just consistently banging that out. And after a couple of weeks, after a month, 2 months, that will be deeply ingrained not only into your regular daily routine, but into who you are. It will be a part of yourself. It will be a part of you. That makes a difference. It's now a part of your personality. I am somebody who does this on a regular basis. Therefore, I am not even gonna question it. I'm not gonna question if I'm not gonna do the 50 minutes of learning Japanese today. because I always do it and I have been doing it for eternity. The sleeve is tickling my leg. I like it. Same goes for going to the gym. I mean, that's something that I can very much so relate to. I don't question if I'm gonna go to the gym. It is a part of who I am. Establishing that is probably the most powerful thing you can do in doing the slow approach, in doing the long approach, playing the long game. You are essentially giving yourself a chance to succeed. You are giving yourself a true chance. There's no rush, but you should start. Starting is the hardest part, but if you know that you will take your sweet time, if you know that the things you're scared about are actually the most essential parts of this whole process, maybe starting isn't that bad. Maybe it's even the thing you will be most proud of. I'm hoping that the audio will actually turn out good, because filming all of this again would be quite some work. But even if it happens, even if the audio is scuffed because I've changed something, hey, it's a new experience, a new failed attempt, but that will make me better. That will make me understand how to use my microphone during not as calm weather conditions. Otherwise, wouldn't have learned that. That's, by the way, a very, very growth-oriented kind of approach. Instead of saying, "Oh, this is shit, I need to do it again, but I don't want to do it," I'm still like, yes, this is ass, but well, I now know more. Alright, there was one last thing that I need to say. One last thing, quite essential actually. Be proud and go beyond yourself. I always wanted to say that at the end of the video. I always wanted to say that. Do some cool shit. Trust yourself. Who should you trust? If you can't trust yourself, build that trust. Do the thing. Make yourself proud. That is the most essential thing. Make yourself proud. Create a self that you can be proud of. Sebastian Art. I love this. This is so fun. Like, this is fun. Isn't this fun? I like it. I always find it quite fascinating seeing when people use these things, these DJI mics, and they're just like 15 meters away talking with a camera, and you're like, this is so weird. What up? I'm now actually relatively close to the camera. I think you should still see me even though I'm squatting very low. Go outside, enjoy the nice weather. If it's raining, go outside, take an umbrella or rain jacket. Still, going outside is very good. It makes you happy. Move the bunda, like I do. Look at the bunda. Right, that's enough. Peace out.